Про 2017 и уходящий год поговорим сейчас с экспертом в студии. У нас в гостях Джон Ашеа. Джон, привет, спасибо большое, что нашли время для нас. Скажите, пожалуйста, какие наиболее хорошие или выгодные активы вы можете отметить в 2016 году и какие были наиболее неудачными?
Brazil had the best performing stock market on the planet Earth last year. It was up 63%. This was for several reasons, and it was a broad-based rally in their markets. They have a new president, President Michael Temer. When he came in, there was optimism that he would end the decades-long recession in the country. Additionally, he'd restore faith in investing in the company's shares that trade on the stock exchange due to his anti-corruption theme. He would bring back a belief in corporate governance. Lastly, the economy is a export commodity-based economy. And we had a bit of an uptick in commodity prices and demand from places like China, and that helped buoy the economy. The worst performing stock market in the world last year was Nigeria. Nigeria was down 41%. It's an oil-based economy. It depends on petrodollars in regards to stimulating its economy, and they didn't make many dollars in regards to the country's income from the petrodollars. Therefore, they couldn't circulate dollars. In response to that, what they did was they attempted foreign currency controls, and this caused the economy to grind to a halt, thereby killing the share prices in their local markets. On the other hand, the same problems were faced with countries like Egypt. Egypt took a different approach. What they did is they allowed the massive devaluation of their own currency. Therefore, the Egyptian pound was the currency that lost the most last year. It went down 41% because of the massive devaluation that the monetary policies of the country brought in. The best performing currency last year was a currency that has no borders. A unit of Bitcoin went up over 100%, mostly because there was a flight of capital out of places like India and China, and there was protectionism in the politics of the United States, Britain, and Europe. Turning to commodity prices, natural gas prices are up 60%. They lead the way for 2016, but they're a late arrival in that the prices just recently had a big move in anticipation of cold weather to come in the upcoming weeks, and therefore there was stockpiling. Wheat was a commodity that went down 13% last year. It did so because of the oversupply in the world and the fact that production is up greatly. Sovereign debt. Sovereign debt is an asset class whereby Venezuela, they led the way. Their sovereign debt was up 70% simply because their government rejoined the world government organizations and basically rejoined the world in regards to politics. The sovereign debt that performed the worst last year was Mozambique because of a national debt crisis and rapid inflation.
Спасибо. Теперь менее глобальные вопросы, парочка. На ваш взгляд, увидим ли мы продолжение Трамп-ралли или, если угодно, Санта-ралли в начале следующего года?
The quest for Dow 2000 has faltered. We're into 3 days in a row now of declining stock prices, albeit it's very light volume because of the holidays. This will end up being the first week since Trump's election that will have the Dow Jones being down in price. But you know, it's the end of a good year. The S&P 500 was up over 10%, and the Dow was up over 17%. This is the 4 out of 5 years we've had double-digit increases. But it remains to be seen when the new administration comes in, whether they can come through on their promise of renewed economic growth in the United States, thereby buoying what is now, under historic standards, a fully valued market.
Спасибо. И последний вопрос. Прошлый год, точнее, спасибо. И последний вопрос. Этот год у нас стартовал с больших проблем в Китае, которые отразились на мировом рынке. Видите ли вы какую-то угрозу, которая может исходить от Китая в наступающем году?
China is going to face the same problems coming into 2017 that it has last year, and it's going to be very difficult challenges for them. The flight of capital out of the country continues. At the beginning of the year, the challenges increase because of the fact that the regular Chinese citizen can now use up a new quota for sending money out of the country. In regards to their economy, they are still attempting stimulus packages that are short-term fixes because the packages are infrastructure for bridges that go nowhere and build ghost cities.
Спасибо большое. С наступающим. Всегда рад видеть у нас в гостях.
Thank you.